Monday, February 13th. This is an end of the day SPY recap, and today we end up with a very nice green bar to the upside, a 2-up bar. It was an actionable signal. When you get the broadening action 3 bar here and then a 2 down, 2 up, this is definitely a buy if it unfolds to kind of target the top of that range. We obviously didn't get there today, but you can get a compound bar tomorrow to take out that area. That's what you're expecting until proven otherwise. We came into the week knowing we have an inside week here, and how this week ends is going to be kind of pretty significant in terms of the big picture. Are we going to be just broadening out here, pausing and heading much higher, or is this going to be a reversal area in the big picture after taking out some key liquidity up here? As of now, it looks like it wants to continue higher, but we still have 4 days to go in the week. So today, to get to the downside, what we wanted to see was some kind of failure. The failure would have been starting above the high of this day, kind of triggering some kind of a daily signal, but then failing and coming down to the midpoint of that first of yesterday's bar. It never happened. You can see here, it was very clear trading. The first bar was green. The second bar, you were breaking out above not only the first bar, but the pre-market high. So that's a buy signal. Pretty much went up all morning long. A little bit of a pause here. And whether you played this as your secondary move or this pullback as a secondary move, this is a classic directional day to the upside with a nice green bar. So now we have 2 reference points going forward. Number one, we want the open of the week is this red bar here. So as long as we stay above that area, we're comfortable targeting all these highs up here. We'll look for, the big thing is you have CPI data tomorrow morning, so that might really skew things in terms of what happens next. I mean, if the market reacts really negative to that number and we get a 2 down bar developing, then all bets are off in terms of following through to the upside. So that number tomorrow is going to be important. But in general, once the volatility shakes out, we're heading higher here. The week is now started up. We have a red, open to kind of monitor. That's the only thing that can turn the week down. If that happens, that's kind of a pinball effect to kind of then take out the weekly low, perhaps, which turns the month, red below the yellow line. But the month now, as we're coming to the middle of the month, is starting back up. So all of a sudden, that opening price for the month looks a little more stable, given that we kind of went up to start, paused a little bit. Now we're heading back up. So the longer we can go into the month, the more that open, is likely to hold, and we could be heading up towards the next liquidity area in the bigger pictures here. But we'll find out for sure. I still think, it's kind of the actionable signal was today to buy here. So there's no real, as long as we hold the midpoint of this bar and kind of start up tomorrow, you're expecting broadening at least above this area. Then if you get there, you can see how close these pivots are. So don't be surprised if you really go, a lot higher than our initial bar. But that's all the market is expected to do until proven otherwise. We'll see how the CPI data deals with things tomorrow. We'll see if we stay below the midpoint of today. We'll see if we take out the, on any negative price movement. You kind of know the levels now that will really turn things negative. And that's mostly below, today's low and, then down to the weekly low of last week. If we start heading down there, that could really possibly show we're failing on this breakout. But right now, the market's saying we might want to be heading higher. So let's see what happens tomorrow. But today, again, on this big green day, it was pretty straightforward trading if you use the pre-market range and you saw opening price breaking above that range early in the session.